Okay, I see you standing looking at me, just as kind of it looks like you, but made out of light. But I can see that you're making your face out just the way you look. But I feel like you're much younger, 37, 38, something like this, as how you look in the astral. And you're saying I'm in Cassie Wonderland. I see you saying I'm like Dorothy. I like to be in Wonderland. I like to be wondering about everything and getting more information about the world around, and be also in the curious mode of a young child or somebody who thinks that the world is wonderful, and it's interesting to see the progression of everything, natural course, how things gonna go, and to be a witness to it. I see myself as if I was on the stage of life that I created for myself, and I didn't let anybody write it. I wrote it all. I see you writing something. I see you as you know those all star counting people, star discovery. It's kind of like almost like a wizard, but you were, to me it comes the 17th century, when you're curious about, you do have some memories of the stars. You have memories of your people. Um, Yellow crystal star people that you came from, and you remember talking to the star, and you're saying that the star is me, those people are me. And I remember talking to myself from a different perspective, because it's all one point of reference, of consciousness, of focus of one of the consciousness on one spot. That's who I was. And you're saying that you like traveling. You're a traveling star. There are traveling stars who orbit around the outskirts of the universe, and you're saying that you've seen, you were on the side of this Altair constellation, but you didn't belong to it. You were behind it. You were like an independent star that matured from blue color to yellow, and you became curious about the outside. So you started your journey, or your dance, to talk to people, and they look like people on different planets that you know in our solar system. And you're curious to ask them how they like it in this universe, because you've been to many universes and you like to compare things. Everything is known by comparison. If you don't act as a scientist in every life, you'll never come to the end conclusion about things, and you can never share the wisdom that the life holds, and the whole purpose of the life is just to be like a star, just is, absorbing the energy of space and the information around, and being part of the universal ecosystem, providing enough energy for others to develop and to grow, and also be an energetic mother land for some who lost their lands and traveling space looking for territory to live. Like those little blue beings came because their planet was blown up by crocodile beings. They look more like an alligator on 2 feet. And they started coming from the right side here, and you're on the left side. And it's all about straight tightening the control over the mind, as if you're stretching the rubber and putting it on your hand very tight. I just see you as that was your subconscious talking. I see you just being like a blue dot, and then you grow, and there are impulses around you that go like this around this dot, and it kind of grows, and then it becomes slightly like blue and large, and that blue color turns into yellow as you go through different phases of maturation, like stars do. The thing is, it's not seen from the earth. It has. Let me see what I didn't see the name of it yet. Let me ask you how you call it. Anoruk. Anoruk. That's how you call yourself. As a star. And then you just, it's kind of interesting what I see. So basically you produced your children, your energies grew, and it became so big that it started shooting around, like it's almost like a dragon spits little fire pieces or fireballs out as they draw. And the same thing, like from your essence, I see little drops of your energy coming to the surface, and you're constantly producing them. And those are those surface people. And I see them just, they create a reflection of different worlds that comes from your consciousness, from your own experience. I see they turn themselves into this energy kids, and they're in the swings, laughing, and swings are on the trees, and I see the island, and the island is located on the, it looks like yellow sand, but I don't see the ocean. Like it looks like a beach without the ocean or the sea. And they're just playing around with sand and swings, and the trees are so big. But then you decided to leave them because you felt like they're mature enough to watch a little over the creation of over your energy, and you separated your little part, around 18% of you, decided to look at the mystery planet that looks so beautiful, but yet it's a mystery because everybody talks that it's multi-layered, It has natural living, and it has not so natural living. And you wanted to go to the natural living part. You wanted to see how Atlanteans lived, and you wanted to see how the Lemurians live, and how the elements of Earth live, because you're curious about the elements of the elves, the gnomes, fairies, that still exist, but it's only 10-15% of them, because they were on purpose pushed out of our layer by the low vibrational beings from inner earth, like those dark ones that twisted everything and just took over the shape and form of some of the elements and turned them into negative ones. But in reality, the whole idea of this fake game reality in 3D is to undo the game, figure out that some of the beings we think are negative are not so negative, but they're supposed to put up obstacles on your way here, but not in the way they're put on our way now, because we're all, most people are influenced, connected to the low vibrational negative beings who influence them greatly, or who write their life scenarios and watch them unfold, and take the energy in the horrible moments of physical emotional pains. I feel like you were like a great philosopher in your lives and an observant. I'm asking you how many lives you lived, and you say laughingly it's 111, but if you put them together it's only one. Because I keep jumping from timeline to timeline and not understanding how I can how I can teleport myself out of this system that I'm going through. I already studied it. I know how it goes. My physical part is a little bit lagging behind. Uh, but I really want to convey one important thing to the physical part, that since you've had this experience and it was interesting for you to be on a human body rather than a huge giant transparent energy star made out of liquid crystalline structure of yellow color. Um, you just want to get out at this point. You're done. You've been. I see you as a moose with big, long. Those on the head. What are they called? Antenna. No. Horns, I guess. And I also see you. You know, they draw those elephants in the Antarctica that they used to be, and then they got covered with hairs, and I see you in that, like that, in life too. You wanted to try to be different animals and different timelines, and you also experienced, you're saying to me that you experienced two timelines here. Also, when this whole situation that we're dealing with now never happened. And that brought people to a progress of a different kind, when we just went along for a longer time period and we started discovering things, horrible things that have been done to humanity through the people who are working of spreading the news. And there was suppression there. There was going into technology used against humans, but you didn't go on the technological way of living. You stayed away from that. It was different but similar, but you would rather be on that timeline. But at the same time, because that time didn't need as much energy to come to the positive outcome, just what we created, you wanted to stay in this one to contribute more of your energy of creation to creating the positive outcome here. The problem is there is this person who comes throughout your timelines that influences you. I see some. Let me touch it. I can't understand what it is. It looks kind of like the shape in front of the I don't know what it is, like a snail. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like an energy of AI, shaped and formed a thing looking like a warm thing that you actually clearly see that comes and goes, and it's frustrating for you. You saying it used to live in your body, but now it left because you figured out a way to push it out. But it still comes, periodically irritating you because it looks like an energy worm. It looks like bright green thing that crawls, and as it crawls, I see the lights going through it as if waves of electricity going through it, and some formulas going through it too. And it's like chimera or a blend of different DNAs created and gone wild under the I see Denver, Colorado. I see the facility there that creates crazy looking creatures, and some of them escape sometimes. And that's the one that escape in the etheric when they open the portal to release some of the creatures they created, because a lot of times they're told by reptilians to open portals and to release low vibrational beings into their world, into this particular layer where they can attach to energy bodies and control them, and figure out how through energy bodies they can control human bodies as if they were drones. And they've succeeded in a lot of it already, because if you don't understand what's happening and you just don't want to be touched and bothered, and you don't want to stand up for yourself in your physical form, they would get to you. And you said a long time ago, when you were going from a little girl to a teenager, You didn't know how to do it. That's why it went into your energy sphere and started like, here's what I see. I see it's been on your back. I see it's been on your left leg. I saw it's been in your stomach. It's like it goes where if you go through some event or something that affects you, um, mostly emotionally, you would go, it's like it has some sort of radar system that it goes for certain emotions of sadness or feeling that the world is unfair or something happened and it's unfair, um, or even physical pain also. It would just go, it would go and pick the location of your body where you produce that emotion and put it in there. So if you put it in the stomach, it would just go in the stomach and sit there and that kind of like live there and eat it, and it just keep eating it. And that's basically what it does. But it didn't do much to you. It didn't change your DNA. It didn't hybridize you. It didn't. I didn't see. Except, it's like there are 12 it's like holographic images of you who are also traveling throughout timelines. But those holographic images are it's you. It's you split yourself up not to die, like you said, not to die from boredom. And you wanted to see different timelines and how they how things are going. And in some of the timelines, some of the leaders that we know are gone, they're not gone. And the timelines are merging now. That's why sometimes those come up and as if they never were gone, as if they still exist and they still live. And that's a confusion that is happening because the thinning of that timelines, like the sides of the timelines, like the sides of a tube or a tunnel, they're thinning in between and they're merging together. So we're starting to see a lot of interesting things happening and blending of all of that. You're just telling me that that's what you're observing and you're documenting. And it's kind of like, I see almost like bookshelves on the back of your head and going down your spine, down in your back. And it's almost like you're putting little books where you write down the stories, what you see in different timelines when you travel out of the body. The reason why you travel out of the body and connect more with those projections because you want to see through them. And projections serve you as temporary bodies on different timelines to see that. And you're saying that there's a timeline where Michael Jackson and Marilyn Monroe and others are alive, and you like going there because it keeps you connected to the part of you who lived through the times when they were alive and they're alive. Um, so what you're doing now, you create like a ball of your own yellow energy. It's kind of like golden yellow, and you're putting it inside your head, and it starts going in a spiral motion, cleansing and absorbing. It's like a sticky ball that absorbs different tiny thingies inside. And you said there's like you collected a lot of a little garbage from people in terms of their emotions, their stories, when you felt sorry for them, when you sympathized with them and you absorbed some of the things they went through that were of negative frequency. And the ball is just like spinning and absorbing all of it and cleansing you. Then I see it's turning into this kind of dirty pink something color. And it's got almost like metallic parts sticking out of it. Little tiny things that I think it's just like long-term energies formed some almost looking like metallic dark gray thingies um, that you're collecting now. And it comes out from your left foot and you pick it up. It's pretty big. And you just open a portal and put it through the portal. And it's gone. And here's the thing. Your DNA, as you say, it's transparent, it's crystalline, yellow. And you can only see it when you touch it. So it's got like three, you look like your braid out of three braids. And I see those, 9 of those, made out of 3. So you say 9 multiplied by 3. That's the number of your DNA. 27. But you're saying that because of my babies, I left along and I'm still a star there, but I'm also here. There's hundreds more DNA in me, and I'm an old star now. And you're saying that first you're blue, then you're yellow, and then when you're ready to go and to bring information up there where you exist in the bigger energy of creation, that you just like turn off your star as you turn off the light and the star turns off. It doesn't exist anymore. It dissipates into the universal structure of energy flow like a big ocean. Like it contributes to the energies of the ocean. Yeah, you're just calling on to this long AI. It's made out of light, that thing. You just push it out of the portal. And it basically, I mean, you don't have a contract. It just came through you when you started asking yourself questions, when you were going through some things, when your body was changing, and it was changing differently from a body of a star that would change. And since all those incarnations are really one, then it was all new for you. And it's hard to explain how it is. It's like you wanted to spread yourself thin and experience more at the same time, and you saw that was the best way to do it. Otherwise you would be implanted more and taken over more by different entities around you, and there's so many of them. But you always try to keep your light shining around so they wouldn't touch you. Yeah, I see you. I see you ahead of time. I see how you basically projected already how you returned to the to your true you self, hanging there in space, waiting for the other part to reconnect, as if you were the this concept is wrong actually, but I can use it as an analogy like twin flames, I guess. And you're reconnecting in a form and shape of that star. So it's like you send yourself to some other planets to live and have a life and gain some experience, which is interesting for you, rather than just being a star. Sometimes it's more fun. Um, so that's it. I see you clean. I mean, it's just very kind of calm and peaceful energy, and you like talking to other stars. You're finding out information, and so that's what you do. And you're also saying that the reason why they put so many artificial stuff in the atmosphere, like satellites and such, because it prevents the connection in between planets and stars to talk to each other. It filters it through, it distorts it a lot of times. So that's why. But yeah, you can ask questions. I see you clean.
And I'm a star.
Yeah, yeah. You can be part of space or a star or a planet even. I mean, we're so big, we can create a universe for ourselves. For ourselves, they just don't want us, they hide this information from us. The ancient people knew
Right.
before they manipulated our DNA and erased the memories and information from it. It's just like we don't have access to it.
Wow. I would have never. My mind never went there. You know.
We'll see
Uh,
how it happens. They hide the information
I
perfectly from us.
really.
Most
Well,
people just don't know that, they are stars actually, too.
right. Because I was going. My question was my purpose. You know.
Shine the crystalline energy, clear the world as a sponge, learn how to do it, and just live through the physical. You wanted to live through the physical. That was your thing that you wanted to experience. It's like
Well,
going on vacation and being able to move
right.
with your legs.
Well, you talking about the beach? I love the beach. You know. And, but
Mm.
in my family, well, there was five of us, and I was different. I was the only blonde. The rest of them were dark headed. You know. And of course, I was supposed to be the milkman's daughter, or something like that, which we didn't even have one. You know.
Hmm.
So, but I was
Well,
like, oh, okay. Patty says she's from what, Sirius B, where you was from.
I think so. I don't remember the sessions after
What
I come out.
that
But yeah,
it was wherever you were from, and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, what planet? Where am I from?
Well,
Okay,
let's see,
sis,
you're
I'm a
different.
star.
Right. Well, it matches totally because you're this light yellow energy, you know, and you're just kind of like flowy, crystalline, liquidy structure of yourself, flexible. You can stretch out, you can get smaller the way you want to mold yourself. We can all do that, but you're just like your higher self basically send this huge energy to become the core of a star and develop into a
Wow.
big shining energy. So,
So, but I have always been, people gravitate to me, you know, and children. I go to the store, wherever, and little babies. It's just like I don't know what they see, you know. And I say, well, they know a mama, you know.
well, here you go. They like that energy. It's energy of calm, space, eternity, and knowing that you are eternal. You never die. You're safe. That's probably why. Wisdom, you know.
Hmm.
Well, if you want to look at somebody or something, you can do that.
So I guess I had to come here to experience everything that I have.
You actually did write your own scenario, which doesn't happen often because it's usually that the entities write it for you. But this like caterpillar, whatever that thing is, um, did influence you a bit. Was your here and there through the energies that you would keep inside because you're like your thing is like you're like a sponge. You absorb and you cleanse others without even knowing it. And that's why they also come to you for cleansing. And when you communicate with people, um, you create this. It's like, you're in the warmth of the sun, beach, sun, cleansing, feeling better, lighter, happier type feeling. That's why they will come to you. Uh, that's basically it. That's how it went.
Well, this has really been a different session than what you normally have.
I know, yeah, I kept talking because your subconscious was talking through me about all this stuff. Yeah. Just say what comes.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
Uh, it's been a trip.
right. Well, if you want me to come out, I'll come out. If you want me to look at something else, I can.
I can't think of anything unless you just see something to throw it at me.
And you also understand at this point that you're also like a passageway or like a portal in a positive way for some souls to come through you because some of the souls that are coming these days are also stars like that. And they're mostly young stars because they want to um, be here at the end of the this timeline to experience the victory, as they say. Victory transition. It's very important for a soul's experience from a perspective of you yourself who's watching up there, your higher self, or you yourself, but up high there, to see how it goes, to live through it, because you already set up the end plan. And but there are little slight variations of how it's gonna get to the end. The end is known. It's positive, but how you get there is very interesting to see because it's like um, humanity trying to remember who we really are. And in that awakening, there's different stages and steps also. And it's interesting to observe. It's like an evolution of consciousness happening before our eyes. And you're also part of it and you wanted to see it.
Well, I just kind of keep waiting to keep saying about the third eye opening and all this. So,
It's already open. I mean, your third eye is your whole body. You literally look like a light yellow crystalline liquid crystal body flowing as our ocean waves throughout your body, and that's how you look. I mean, I don't see that there's this particular spot that for you it's like your whole body is sensitive and transparent and sensors things. You're just you're different. You're different from others.
that's what I've been told.
Hey, it always coincides what I see.
it's it's like
Um,
what with Janine. Her dad says, according to Janine, this was the way it happens. According to Janine,
yeah, well, because she's powerful too.
yeah, she is.
Well, sorry. I just you're just showing me like this, like, hey, look, see, I can do sparkles. I can throw it. I can pack information and throw it.
Yeah,
Oh,
my husband, which he passed away, it'll be 2 years in January. He he was just really the calm, you know, laid back gentleman type, and I was his like his wild child. Uh, but I was just right for him, you know. And now you say I do, just sparkle.
your husband is incarnated already. I see him with some horses and some carts, and I hear Slavic language. Uh, it's former Yugoslavia, somewhere near Bosnia or something. You can give him information how to get out. Give him information.
Okay, I lost a daughter, Sandy, 15, almost 16 years ago. Can you see her?
Flower and some planet. Stem like this. Flower. Flower and some planet inside what looks like a transparent, absolutely transparent mountain. Kept by some hybridized dragon figure or whatever that is, with big claws. Now it's a reptilian. I don't know why he keeps her like under this thing. My flower of life gives me power and energy and vitality, and I'll live forever. So you got there. He
You
goes
what?
like this,
Oh, yes.
and and you tell him you better put your sunglasses on, shades on, and and you just put like your hands through it, through that mountain, and you take her out with the dirt. The dirt looks strange color blue, and the flower is this kind of like darkish pink flower into red color, and you like in the middle of the flower as if a screen, and she's telling you that she was attached to this dragon, and he got attached to her, and he wanted her out of this reality into himself, because other beings started coming and they wanted part of her too, and he would fight with them, and at some point he decided to just take her out, to remove her. That was his plan. That was not her. She didn't want to go.
She had a tattoo on her hip of a dragon.
Yeah, because he's just like, it's like a stamp on her
Yeah,
that she belonged to him. Uh, she's pushing him away. She can't believe what she's seeing, and you're just saying that you can take her to her up there, to where her big energy is, and I see you flying like a yellow comet, holding her, and she just disconnected with her mind, with every physical and unphysical, disconnected from the dragon, and that she took some ring at the bottom of the stem of the and when she took it off, the flower turned into energy, and you just brought like energy to her own self, this higher level where she is now, creating and looking into her other lives. She said, "Thank you." And as you're standing together, hugging each other. But she said it was just a body. The body is gone, and it's so nice to be light and almighty when you can do everything you want with a snap of your fingers, with this thought held in your mind for a second, everything comes true. It's a nice feeling to have all that.
Uh, what about my brother Larry?
I just see that it looks like a tall skeleton being. I see those sometimes in lives and between lives and those artificially created ones, levels. He's in the dark kingdom of death or whatever. He says I was part of death. I'm a death element, like a portal for people. And I was assigned a job to shapeshift into somebody that would recognize. They would use my energy for that, and I would take them by hand and bring them to through the tunnel of light to the certain location that was set up for them. And that was my time to go as they said it. I also did have choice according to my contract. His contract is like, looks like a bone. Ironically, doing the session on Halloween, and I see the skeleton, but he's wearing like a cape, like a black cape with a hood, and he burns up the bone, melts it. He says there is information inside it and it just bone is crossing bones is a sign of him. He points at him because it shows you that whoever wears this sign or has it or owns it, they in control of containers of souls put into human bodies. They know how they've been created. They hold the secret of creation, and they hold the secret of control of humanity through their bodies, through the programming of their bodies and their brain, their minds. It's a mind control sign. So he destroyed his contract. He disconnected from that skeleton. He just like fell apart like hologram. There's a tall figure standing. Oh, it's a Zeta Gray. It's a Zeta Gray who controls those skeleton. I mean, they're not even real beings. They're just holographic images, kind of like representing death. And he was simply taking the people who he was assigned to the lab of the Greys. That looked like a forest, but it wasn't a forest. It was a lab. And the what you see would switch like ding once you got in. It would be like lots of beds and lights over, and they would do experiments on the energy bodies in between lives and implant them with new implants and send them as babies into pregnant mothers who would have the bodies available for those energy bodies to be inserted into. Got disconnected from all the system. I see him as an energy ball. He's just light, like we see light, white. And he is going back. Andromeda, he said. He's going back there. He says, but I'm going to 12th dimension. That's where I'm safe. Goodbye. So he's fine. He's fine. He's gone.
Yeah, he suffered a lot. So, well, I guess that's all. You've just made my day.
Thanks. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
That's yeah, that's the funniest. Yeah, I didn't realize when it was scheduled that it was gonna be there. Yeah, okay, let me turn it off.